am in my garage. Just put in my fig trees. It's getting rather cold out. This is my first one ever, Chicago fig. And I have 3 more. I'm not going to go through the names of them, but I had to bring them in. And this is my olive tree that I got from Aldi's. And hydrangea. I thought I would just bring it in because it's new to me and I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I could have kept it outside, but I decided to bring it in. And by the way, hi. This is RB the Garden Nanny. And yeah, this was a day to do all of this. I got this tip from a lady at one of the markets that I went to, and she was telling me about her mom's, what she does to overwinter them. She said all she does is pull them out of the dirt. I only have 3, so I'm going to try this method and see what it does for me for next year. She said she just pulls it out of the ground, shakes off as much dirt as she can, and then she puts it in a bag. So I'm going to put it in this handyman hardware bag and take it down in my basement and see what happens. Hey guys, RB the Garden Nanny. I hate to be in the middle of a project and light bulb comes on. Why am I not filming this? This is a great thing to film. So what I am doing is root pruning. This is my beautiful Amsonia Starstruck. Beautiful Amsonia. Look at the beautiful fall color. Well, it's gotten too big for its pot. So I took it out of this one. So I got this nice pot to do something else with. And I'm going to put this one in a pot in the flower garden. But what I'm doing right now is just shaving. After I took it out of the pot, I'm shaving the roots so that I can just like you would repot something in your house. It's the same thing here. I'm just putting it in a different pot. So I'm just shaving off the roots. Say, isn't it hurting the plant? No, it's not. It's just called root pruning. And that way you can keep it in a pot. Just say you wanted to keep it in a certain pot, but you know that it's taking over. You can just take it out of the pot and root prune the roots. And this is how you do it. Still has some great roots on it, of course. But now it has an opportunity to grow even bigger or stay at the same size, perhaps stay at the same size, depending on the pot you're putting it in. But I love that you can put perennials or shrubs into containers. Look how beautiful that is. That is just gorgeous to me. So I'm going to take it over to the pot where I'm going to plant it. So now I have this plant, just say it's just like what you would get at a nursery. Now you're putting it in your pot. I'm going to take the soil, some of the soil out, and then I'll put it back in when I'm ready because I have root prune this Amsonia, I'm going to be putting some biotone starter fertilizer in this pot to just encourage the roots to do its thing. Beautiful. Let me see if that's how I want it situated. Beautiful. Love the color of the pot in comparison to the leaves. It's perfect. This worked out so much better, removing the soil and then putting it back. Instead of trying to put a square into a round hole. So I absolutely love this color pot with this Amsonia Starstruck. Now, the only problem is I have another pot identical to this one, and I don't have another Amsonia Starstruck. So guess what I will be looking for soon? Another one of those. That just brings so much color to this space, and I love the different colors of the garden. So we can always have so much green, 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 green. It's nice to have some yellow and reds and whatever else. So yeah, I will be looking for another Amsonia. May not be able to get that exact size. I've had that in the garden for several years. So it's all good. I'm going to find another one for this pot as well. Here's my Thanksgiving table. I don't do tablescapes, but I was passing by because I wanted to share this that I got in the mail yesterday. I have been on a site on Etsy called Mr. Perennial. MrPerennial.etsy.com. This is out my kitchen window. Do you see that bright pop of yellow in the flower garden? Well, that is a Amsonia right there. I love it. And I actually had these yellow containers. I moved them from another area in my yard, and I put them in the flower garden because I wanted to see that winter interest. So I went to Mr. Perennial on Etsy and purchased another Amsonia Starstruck. And could I have gotten it in town? I looked all over the place. And Amsonias have different textures. The foliage on some Amsonias is like the texture of a fern or a texture of a, I don't know what you call that. It's like whipsy little fronds. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's a lot different from this Amsonia Starstruck. This is more leaf-like, but it's so pretty, the yellow foliage. So I'll come in my office and show this to you. Let's start with this Amsonia Starstruck. This is what it looks like in the spring. So it has a lot of its beautiful blue flowers. And like I just showed you, it's that beautiful yellow in the fall. So that's a lot of beautiful interest. That's what I like to see in my garden. I like to see lots of different colors and not just do one thing and it's done. I mean, you're going to have that from time to time, but we should be looking for some things that are going to bring beautiful interest all throughout the season. So here is the Amsonia Starstruck, my new young baby. This was from Mr. Perennial on Etsy. And that is a lot of plant for what I paid for it. Very inexpensive. It's a nice size perennial. He wrapped it very, very well. It's got a lot of root ball in here. I'm not going to pull it out because that's a lot of dirt. And I don't want it all over my floor. But of course, this is what I like to see in the fall. And then I love to see that beautiful color in the spring. Now, mind you, when I plant this, these leaves are going to fall off because it's the fall. It's going to be a deciduous plant. It's not an evergreen. It's going to lose its leaves in the winter time. But just think of what is to come. This is what I wanted to see in that yellow container that I put over there. So I'm going to plant this up. And the other one, let me share with you the other plant that I got from Mr. Perennial. You all need to check them out. I mean, this is my very first time ordering from him. I've seen the reviews and it was pretty good. I don't know how far he ships, but he shipped to Missouri, and that's all that mattered to me at the moment. So I only ordered 2 plants. First time using this guy, Mr. Perennial. So I didn't know what to expect. So I said, hey, I will go with it. If it doesn't work, I won't order in the future. Oh my goodness, look at these roots coming out of the pot. I mean, that can be looked at 2 ways. This is a very healthy plant, or it's a very root bomb plant. I mean, you could look at it both ways. This is the top. And it looks pretty good to me. What this is, let me pull it out. It's by Proven Winners. This is Proven Winners Magic Show Wizard of Oz. Oz. I'm sorry, I can be very silly from time to time, but Wizard of Oz, AHHS. And this is a Veronica. And look at the purple. I love purple. I love pink. I love all that good stuff. So that is going to be pretty. I'm going to put as much stuff in the ground as long as my soil is not frozen. You can plant. So I am going to put this in. And yeah, so that is from Mr. Perennial as well. It's good to see that it's alive. It may be a little root bound. I will be cutting that part off and then just putting this in the, I'm going to put a lot of things in containers in the flower garden. So these things are going into the flower garden, the new flower garden. If you have not checked out that video, please do so. It was a lot of fun getting that area prepared and ready for next year. I will link it in a card up here so you can go check it out easily. But yeah, those are the two things that I purchased from Mr. Perennial, and I do recommend it. The plants are packaged really, really well. They are, they look pretty good to me. And they're perennials, you know, they will come back for years and years to come. So that is my little haul that I am going to get in the ground. I have a lot of things to get in the ground that I will share with you. But yeah, just wanted to share that. It is like in the 40s. It is a beautiful fall day. It's just, you know, fall. Feels like fall. So I'm going to plant this Amsonia starstruck. I will turn the camera around and let you see where my other one is and where I will be placing the new one. All right, this is the older Amsonia starstruck. I absolutely love it. It's just something about it. Looking out the kitchen window at this beautiful fall yellow foliage, it makes me so happy. So I had this yellow container in another area. I have two of them, one over there, and I thought, you know, the Amsonias would be really pretty in that. So I took what was in it. I took the plant that was in it out, and so I am getting ready to plant the new one right in this container. I got to add some more soil and then it will be good to go. So that is what I'm going to do right now. All right, it is finished. I put a little peat moss in there and the raised bed soil. That's the soil I got for $2 and some cents, and I really enjoy it. I really like it a lot. So it looks pretty good. I am just a big fan of the yellow. And so in the spring, I'm gonna have loads of daffodils in this area coming up. Also some back here. And wow, these are my bachelor's buttons. They are taken off. Oh my goodness. They look great. This is one of those cool flowers in Lisa Ziegler's Cool Flowers book. That just means that they grow really, really well in the cool weather. They germinate in the cool weather. They get their great root system in the fall, and then in the spring, oh, healthy, strong plant that is just going to be beautiful. So I started this back in, I want to say September, October. But I have a video. I'll put it in the card above and you can check it out yourself. But oh my gosh, look at that beautiful red leaf. Gorgeous. This is a cover crop, and it is looking good as well. In this bed I have hollyhocks, and I planted a bunch of daffodils in this bed that I had left from different areas of the yard. I just plopped them in here, and I think that'll be pretty. I also am growing garlic. You can see some of the green shoots sticking up, but they won't be ready until spring, summer of next year. But look at that Amsonia Starstruck. I just love that plant. I really do. I think it is a great addition to my flower garden. It's blue in the spring, very pretty, and this beautiful vibrant yellow in the fall. So as you can tell, I'm very excited about it. So right now, the changes that have been made, I've added containers. I want to really beef up my flower game for next year. So this is the flower garden. Like I said, I'm gonna have bachelor's buttons here, larkspur in here, hollyhocks and daffodils in here, and of course the garlic is going to just be held over until they do their thing, and then I'm going to put probably zinnias in that one. My zinnias were so pretty last year, but I've added these beautiful containers. There were two for $59, something like that, off of eBay, and it was free shipping. So I got a set of two, so I have 4 altogether, and I am looking forward to filling them up. They are humongous. I did not have an idea that they would be this big, but I'm loving the size of it. I love the basket weave on it. This is like 22 inches tall, and I'll put the specs on the screen, but oh my gosh, I love this container. And I don't know if you've heard of Suncast, but that is a good brand. I've had many of things, a garden cart made by Suncast, and some other things, and they hold up really, really well in the garden. So I am looking forward to filling those up. But yeah, this is what the garden is looking like right now. I did not want to plant the other plant right now. I just wanted to get that Starstruck in there. Let's go take a look at the vegetable garden. Right in front of the greenhouse, I've added the 2 boxwood containers, as well as the pineapple ornaments in front of the pots. I think that looks very nice. As you go into the greenhouse, you can tell it's getting cold because the boxwoods are a little brown. They look like they're cold. But as you walk into the vegetable garden, look at that plant. It is so beautiful. The foliage is darling. So you know what? That may be another one that I get. I just love fall color, and that red would be so pretty. Even in the flower garden, that would be pretty next to the Amsonia. So I may have to put some more over there. But what's new in the vegetable garden is I am holding over these iris. These are the iris that I took out of this garden earlier. I said I would put them in another spot. I have been selling a lot of them on Facebook Marketplace, and people love the iris. So I'm holding them over until the spring. I may sell them when they're in flower. These are those really beautiful cottage purple bearded iris. So I am leaving that here in this little raised bed. And when they are done and sold, I will fill up this container, this raised bed, and I will have some type of vegetables over here with that in it. But there's not much going on. I've added this little sign, fresh produce, locally grown. I like it. I like it. I think it's very nice. I got another one for this side, but it says vintage garden. Alright guys, welcome to the greenhouse. I am going to put one in today, and it is Grand Cascade butterfly bush. Now I found this buddleia at my local garden center, and this thing was $36.99 and it was 75% off. I am excited to have it, so I'm adding this one because I would like to at least give it a head start in the garden over the winter. So I will be adding this right now. Try to quickly put this in before it gets too dark. So I'm going to be planting the butterfly bush right back here. I have lilies right now in that area, but I've had them there for years. I did not hit one bulb. That looks wonderful. A little deep. Just need to water it in. It is getting cold, you all. It is really getting cold. So I am going to end this video. I am so glad that I got my matching Amsonia Starstruck, and I am going to end this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.